What's up guys, Houndish here, and today I wanted to jump in and talk about all of the exotic catalysts currently available in Destiny 2. Specifically though, I wanted to break down how you can obtain each of the new exotic weapon catalysts available in the game. It's worth me mentioning though, this information is kind of sourced from various places, from Reddit, from friends who've had the weapons dropped. Obviously it's quite a grind to get all of these, so I'm having to grab information from all over the place. Also bear in mind that this is for the currently available exotic catalysts. There is a catalyst for every weapon in the game. I did a video breaking down all of the perks for the ones that'll come in the future, but in this video we're going to focus on the ones which are currently available and how you unlock them. So let's jump straight into it. We're going to begin with the Huckleberry. So the Huckleberry is a new SMG. When you upgrade it to a Masterwork, it will grant it the Ambitious Assassin perk, which overflows the magazine based on the number of rapid kills before reloading. And obviously the tooltip says found through heroism in the most challenging adventures, and that is literally what you have to do. It is a random heroic adventure drop on completion. You can use Mars and Mercury heroic adventures. When you complete them, it is a random drop like I said, but then in order to actually upgrade the catalyst, you will need to get 500 kills with the Huckleberry. It's definitely going to be a very solid catalyst in my opinion though. We also have the Jade Rabbit, and this one is earned by victory in the Crucible. And so with these ones, basically they are random drops whenever you get a win. And this one is going to upgrade Jade Rabbit with plus 30 points of stability. To actually get the unlock once you've found it, you will need to get another 250 kills in the Crucible. Another one for Crucible victories will be the Vigilance Wing. This will unlock full auto trigger system for the weapon. Holding down the trigger will fire the weapon at full auto. Once again, completely RNG when you get a Crucible victory, but after you've unlocked the random part of the catalyst, you will need to get 250 PvP kills and 5 blood for blood medals. It's worth me mentioning that assists will not count for this upgrade. Now we have a few which will drop for any PvE kill, so of course there is the Crimson. This will grant plus 20 points of range. It is a completely random drop anytime you make a kill in PvE, but you will be required to make 300 headshots for the objective on the weapon to get the full upgrade. There is also the D.A.R.C. sniper rifle, also granting plus 20 points of stability and dropping on any PvE kill, but to get the upgrade you will once again have to get around about 300 headshots. Then we have the Tractor Cannon. The upgrade will grant the Deeper Pockets perk. This is going to upgrade the magazine size. Once again, it can drop on any PvE kill, but once you have the objective you will need to make 300 kills with the Tractor Cannon in order to get the full upgrade. The final one is a PS exclusive, and this will be the Borealis. Once again, any PvE enemy kill. The full upgrade will grant plus 20 reload speed, but to unlock the objective once it's available, you will need to get 150 arc kills, 150 solar, and 150 void kills. Next though, we have a few which we don't have all of the objectives for just yet, but if you want the Wardcliff Coil Masterwork, you will have to complete heroic strikes or nightfall bosses. So the tooltip says found in strikes against the most challenging opponents, and I've heard reports of these dropping on all types of different strikes, whether it's heroics, whether it's nightfalls, but it does seem that these are a little bit tougher to get than, some of the pure kill based ones. So first up we have the Wardcliff Coil. This will come from heroic strikes and nightfall bosses, and it grants pinpoint guidance module, and this is a perk which improves the tracking on the projectiles. We're not currently aware of anybody having unlocked this one, so we're not sure of the kills that you have to make after you've got it, but Light GG does say that you will need to defeat enemies using the Wardcliff Coil to unlock the upgrade. We're just not 100% certain of the number, but of course it will show you on the weapon if you find it. We also have the Merciless coming from strikes. Again, it's the same situation, completely RNG when you complete a heroic or a nightfall, but the Masterwork itself will upgrade the weapon with plus 40 range and plus 40 points of stability. Once again, I don't know anybody who's actually had this thing dropped, but according to Light GG, we'll have to defeat enemies using Merciless to unlock this upgrade. And we can kind of guess from the other weapons, between 300 and 500 kills in PvE is what most of these are probably going to have. There is the Riskrunner, once again granted by completing heroic strikes and nightfall bosses. This one will give you plus 30 points of range, but you will have to defeat enemies using Riskrunner and its superconductor chain lightning to unlock the upgrade. There is also the Coldheart coming from heroic strike and nightfall bosses. This will grant plus 20 stability and plus 20 reload speed, and you'll need to defeat enemies using the Coldheart to unlock the upgrade. And then there is also the Colony. Now this one is for Crucible victories, so again again, that is going to be RNG when you win a Crucible match in any type of playlist. It gives you plus 10 magazine and the weapon perk Deeper Pockets, which increases the ammo reserves. Once again, defeat enemies using the colony to unlock this upgrade. And as well as the Coldheart, there is the Prometheus Lens, also requiring strikes against the most challenging opponents. It will gain 20 points of stability and 20 points of handling. And as expected, you will need to make kills with Prometheus Lens in order to unlock that objective. Next we have Skyburners Oath, and this one comes from Emperor Callus on the Leviathan. Early reports say that this can drop when you complete the raid. It can also drop from any of the raid chests during the raid. So far it is a pretty rare one, but it's going to grant plus 30 range for the Skyburners Oath. This time you will need to defeat Cabal enemies using the Skyburners Oath in order to unlock the upgrade, so a little bit different. Now there's one that we are kind of clueless on at the moment. It's the Worldline 0 Exotic Sword. Initially you'll see the 3 question marks, and to unlock this part you will need to make kills on enemies with swords in PvE. It can be any type of sword, a legendary, or the exotic itself, and then it's just a random drop to actually get the catalyst item. But then you're going to see even more question marks, and we haven't currently figured out exactly what you do for this one, so I'll have to keep you guys posted on that. I should mention as well that Polaris Lance currently has a socket for a Masterwork. The exotic itself hasn't been dropped yet, but as soon as it does, we'll be able to start figuring it out, and the upgrade will grant Dragonfly to the weapon. Precision kills create an elemental damage explosion. The objective will be to defeat enemies using Polaris Lance and its perfect 5th explosion to unlock the upgrade. So just a quick heads up about that one. So that is going to be the breakdown of all of the currently available exotic catalysts and how you actually obtain them. I also want to talk a little bit here about which ones I think are the best right now. So out of the ones we've actually seen, I've got to say the Crimson Masterwork is very, very strong. It's not necessarily super flashy. It's not adding an additional perk or anything like that. But I've heard a lot of people raving about the Crimson Masterwork in particular. And inside of PvP, I've come up against it a few times and man, the thing absolutely destroys. And I think it's because obviously that range is decreasing the damage drop-off that's happening at longer distances. I don't know how range is impacting things like accuracy on the Crimson. Of course, back in D1, range affected hand cannon accuracy quite a bit, so that also could be a contributing factor as to why this thing is so solid. Of course, in PvE, it's very good as well with the health regen, and the fact that Bungie have sorted out the ammo inventory on the weapon now as well. Other very standout ones would be the Huckleberry. Having Ambitious Assassin on this thing is going to be pretty brutal. Basically, you're going to have to kind of break the immersion in the first instance because of course it does reload ammo back to the magazine automatically, and you have Rampage, so you're going to want to make a bunch of kills and actually reload the weapon. That's when you'll get that Ambitious Assassin to overflow the mag, and then you're going to be able to return rounds to the overflowed mag, so it's going to be very strong, especially coupled with Rampage once again. Of course, Vigilance Wing is one of the few that I've actually unlocked for myself. This grants you full auto on the Vigilance Wing, which is just immensely strong. Very fun to use inside of PvP. It means really you could just focus on aiming the weapon, controlling that recoil, landing all of the headshots. And what more can I say? If you like full auto pulse rifles and you like Vigilance Wing, then you're going to have a lot of fun with this thing if you can pick it up. And then with things like D.A.R.C, that's a pretty solid bonus because of course increasing the stability when you can fire the weapon so quick and put out so much damage potentially. D.A.R.C is definitely one to grab hold of. I would also say Merciless is going to be very good as well. Having so much range there will be really nice. And the stability, it could actually make the weapon kind of interesting in PvP as well, but it's only going to improve it for its DPS potential. And then anything that gives you increased magazines, things like the tractor cannon, that's always good. I think there are some really solid options there as far as Masterwork weapons go. And like I said, there is a whole bunch of other perks actually in the database. There's even a Masterwork version of Sleeper Simulant that allows it to charge up quicker. And the Black Spindle, which is yet to be revealed, that thing's going to have box breathing, which increases the range and precision damage when you aim down sights. So I think Bungie have done something very interesting here. Having progression tied to these as well is really important for the game. We've actually got one instance of something right here where there has been, you know, at least a substantial amount of innovation around something that was already there in D1. So it's positive to see stuff like that. But anyway, guys, before I ramble on too much, that is a breakdown of all of the catalysts currently available and some of the ones which I think are going to be really strong. As I said, I will keep you all posted on any new catalysts which are introduced to the game. But I hope you have found this video useful, guys. If you have, a like is very much appreciated below. Let me know if you've been lucky and picked up any new exotic catalysts and any favorites that you have. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit subscribe if you want to keep up to date with Destiny 2 content. Also check out my sponsor Into the AM for some pretty awesome clothing. We've got really neat shirts, hoodies, hats, bandanas, accessories, Overwatch League shirts, and a bunch of other stuff. You can save 10% by using my code. That link will be in the description below if you're interested. For now though, I appreciate you watching as always guys, and I will catch you very soon.